evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm Ellie, and your host. And tonight's trivia night, so I hope you guys have got your trivia brains on and ready to play. Karen, you ready for this? Boy, I think it's too easy tonight. Too easy. Maybe not. We'll have to see if you know who's who. I got a good one for who is it? Yeah. Uh, so Karen is our moderator, and welcome Susan. Uh, if you are over in Facebook, be sure to put your answers in the comments, and it should pop up. Um, so Susan, how's the donuts going? I'm on a diet. Anybody else on a diet? I gotta lose like weight, like real quick. I'm having surgery at the end of the month, so you guys might miss me for a day or so. Nothing serious, nothing serious. Uh, I keep trying to talk them into a facelift, and they said I don't need a facelift where I'm going. So uh, I thought I'd just pre-warn you. And also, my sister's coming on the 14th. I'm gonna go pick her up. We're going to meet in Memphis, and then we're going to bring her out here for a couple. I don't know. We'll see. I might just kidnap her for the whole summer. I think we're going to have some fun. Uh, so trivia night. The big thing going on right now is knife attacks. There's like four of them in the United States. Let's see. I grabbed one, and they start putting bans on these um, guns, and you're going to get knives. It was in Fernando Valley, Southern California. A man stabbed and critically injured three people inside the hospital emergency ward. This is in a hospital. Um, what it was is he stabbed three medical staffers, now being admitted to the trauma center in critical condition. Um, Police are trying to talk him down and get him to surrender. That was earlier today. Um, uh, you know, Over in the UK, they walk around with machetes and swipe at people. There was one day I just wanted to watch one, and next thing I know, my TV was filled with video after video after video of these stabbings in the UK. So you start taking guns away, they just get knives. So you'll be calling me for what? Oh, Karen, you know about it. It just delayed. You, it's driving me nuts. Um, you go to get stuff set up to be done, and I guess they're short staffed, and they said, well, we'll wait and we'll get you an appointment and a referral, and oh boy, they just blood tests and all that. I mean, I've been waiting months for this. So everybody's going to be calling me. My phone's already pinging. So I know everybody's going, what? What? It's nothing serious, honest. Honest. I'm going to get a tummy tuck. No, I need a tummy tuck. How many old women out there, they're like, yeah, I need a tummy tuck and lots of other things. I'd like a facelift though. Um, all those Hollywood stars get that, and then um, they look horrible. You see the ones that do the lips? Ooh, I mean, some of them do it real good and it's real tasteful, but others it's like a bee got a hold of them. We can get cheap out here in Arkansas. They got them big old black bumblebees. We'll sting them on their lips a few times, and they'll get the same effect. Believe me. You want to watch out for them big black bumblebees out here. They're horrible. Chiggers too. Oh goodness. Um, if you get hit with some chiggers, um, what you do is you fill up your bathtub, you put about a half a cup of bleach, and it'll kill them. Chiggers aren't no fun. They're horrible little mites. Yeah, I'm all in for the fireflies. So we get fireflies down here in the South. Those are really cool. So anyway, I want to get off to I didn't set this up to share just yet. All right, there we go. Trivia night. Ah, is everybody ready? There's not very many people in here, Karen. You and Susan could win by default. So we'll give it a shot. And hopefully I got it set up right today. All right. Before 19th century, the living room was originally called what? Yeah, don't worry, Karen. They're not. I'm not dying yet. I'm. Um, my granddaughter said I look really good for 94, so I think I'm going to live 94, maybe 100. So before the 19th century, the living room was originally called the what? We'll have to. Okay, come on over in Facebook land. Get your guys' comments in there real quick. I know DB's over there watching. He likes trivia. He just doesn't want to get all the. He doesn't want to answer it. He's a pro at it. So, well, we got Lenore in there. So, all right, you guys ready for this? We got three different answers: sitting room, parlor, and drawing room. And the answer is a parlor. The answer is a parlor. Ah. Okay, Karen, you're gonna let Lenora get you guys. All right, where's Nick tonight? Am I chattering tonight? I'm trying to figure out this chatter noise. So it's coming and going. So all right. So where's Mary tonight? All right. If someone said you were an OLED, I think that's how it's pronounced. What would they mean? If someone said you were OLED, OLED, it's an OLED. What would they mean? I know a few people like this. Huh. I haven't changed nothing. I wanted to see if I guess it's coming and going. I'm not sure what it is. So if someone said you're an OLED, no Googling, no Googling, or duck, whatever, duck, go. I guess that's what it's called. Yahoo search, none of that. No clue. You're, Karen, you're going to be surprised, I believe. And this, I got it from a trivia site that it says trivia for adults. So I figured it might have a few hard ones. Um, nosy, no clue, nosy, and stinky in the chat. All right, we'll get this one and then I'll go on to the farmers. It's a sludge in Ohio. Um, okay, the answer is you smell extremely unpleasant. So it'd be stinky. Uh, Hillary. Hillary's that is OLED. Yep. Yeah, she's got the vapors really bad. All right. Uh, all right. So as many as 20, is it 20? 20 acres of U.S. farmland may be tainted. Um, they found that the U.S. cropland might be contaminated with polyfluoroalkyl, a substance present in sewage sludge as used as fertilizer, and uh, and it's said to of human development chemical substances used for a variety of consumer and industrial applications. They say, but according to the Food and Drug Administration, it's used to make water resistant, heat resistant products, and these substances do not decompose quickly and are present in the soil, water, air, and bodies of humans and animals. Um, let's see. It said it's making their way from factories to farmlands through sewage, sludge, recycled as fertilizer, and it's contaminating the food reaching people's plates. An advocacy group, working group that carried out the analysis study, uh, wanted to see the extent of the contamination. And according to the Guardian now, they found chemical also contaminated the crops and the cattle and the water. Uh, in the farms where the sludge was used as fertilizer. It's mostly industrial farming. And Ohio passed the most, has the most records of the application of the sludge to farmland. And it's used by the EWG and at least 5% of Ohio farmland since 2011. So they're just now finding out that 19 billion pounds of sludge was used as fertilizer in 2016. So, yep, boy. Oh, chemtrails. Thank you for bringing that up, Susan. Get this. Over in Spain, let me see. I got the. Uh, now, Alex Jones had it, and I caught onto it, and I went over and ran under Spain news, and then I had to translate it because you usually do. But um, they say Spain officially admits they've been spraying chemical aerosol agents into the skies. And um, um, basically, they're saying that there's all these people that's saying it's a conspiracy and naysayers. Well, they've decided to switch from, uh, they said the tinfoil hats, you basically take them off because now there's an admission that's quickly followed up that there are chemtrails. And, and let's see. Okay, under the emergency declaration, they have admitted that the military emergency use unit, the biochemical military unit, uh, the know how capabilities in place. They claim to be using it for certain reasons back in 2015. A Spanish congresswoman uncovered the European Parliament said that four workers of the Spanish Weather Agency had confessed that Spain was being sprayed with lead dioxide, silver iodide, and um, diatomite. And so they want to let everybody know. Now, there it was a letter sent to the state officials um, over a year ago, and they went ahead and said that it was unhealthy. But then there was also it's disembodied generals, and it's basically I can't read this in Spanish. Um, basically, it's two sheets that talk about how they've been. Spain is the first Western country to really officially admit to use of chemical aerosol spraying on the population, and basically they have admitted to spraying even over here in the United States. So, um, and not only that, but they've admitted now that they are putting it into the fuel of airliners also, and that way they weren't so suspicious of the planes. So Spain has come forward and it admitted it today. So we'll see how that works out. We're gonna you watch. We'll be putting the tinfoil hats back on. Um, yeah, the air shows. If you haven't seen um, any of the air shows. I seen the Thunderbirds um, because we were Air Force, and oh man, they're something. Um, but where we were at was Bill Air Force Base, and that's the home of the SR-71. So we got to see a demonstration, and then they let people get up pretty close, but they had it roped off so you couldn't get to the plane. But when I was doing Cub Scouts with the kids, um, I got a up close and personal with the guys that flew it, and they took us right into the hangar and let us walk around it and touch it. So what goes up must come down. But they do, if you can, when it's open to the public during the summer, um, go watch one of these. It's awesome. And as long as it's not hot, take some drinks and an ice chest and go out and watch the air shows. All right, you guys ready for the next one? All right. Who led 900 followers in a mass suicide in 1979? So you think back to 1979 with the um, um, mass killing, basically, of who led 900 followers in a mass suicide in 1979. Yeah, did you get a lawn chair out, Lenore, to watch out in your driveway? Let's see. Uh, all right. Okay, you guys ready for the answer? Come on over there in Facebook land. Get your answers down in the comments. I know you guys are playing along. DB, yeah, I see you peeking. Answer is Jim Jones. Okay, the next one is, what game is this? What game is this? It's an old one. It's one not very many people play. My dad used to play this. What game is this? All right. Uh, That's something Spain decided to come clean with the chemtrails. Russian officials issue apocalypse warning about the missiles Biden is sending. Now, if you listened to me and William last night, we were telling you that a lot of the Ukrainian soldiers were, the civilians were laying down their guns and quitting. Today, there was another 20, just 20 of the Azov battalion. They laid down their weapons. They quit. They um, Russia has got pretty much almost 40% of the city they're in. But what they're saying is now, um, let's see. One can have different attitudes. One can believe that a horseman of the apocalypse are ready on their way, and I hope um, is in Almighty God's hands. However, one can still try to tone down this international situation. That's what Putin said. Um, he, on multiple occasions, he has threatened the Western countries, including the United States, with nuclear air strikes. And if Ukraine turns the tide of war against Russia, and they do start firing these missiles, then Putin says his only course or recourse or defense is to shoot back. And he really doesn't want to. Um, he doesn't want to do this. He says it's reckless, it's irresponsible, it's um, for them to try to come up with this nuclear power. Um, he says it's a lot of propaganda. Uh, he said, "I call it's basically the West and those." He says, "I can't say it because now people are getting in trouble for it, but the N word." And it's not, it's what is over in Germany. And so he says he doesn't use it on a daily basis. He said, but he's done being bullied, and that he's got nuclear weapons, but he's not going to use them. So Putin is basically, he confirmed that if that on Tuesday, when the U.S. said they'd be sending Ukraine medium-range advanced rockets, capable of hitting targets 50 miles away, that he would send the equivalent back. And he says, and we really don't want to go that direction. And also mentioned that he is still has an open door for Zelensky for negotiations. So anyway, let's see, we got Bridge, Solitaire, Jim Jones again, and Bridge. Huh. Nobody. Okay, over there in Facebook, you guys know we got Solitaire, Bridge, and Solitaire and Bridge. Let's see what the answer is. Answer is cribbage. The answer is cribbage. My dad used to play it all the time. All the time. I kind of know how to play it, but it's been a long time. My brother Larry, I think he knows how to play. I think he used to play with my dad a lot. All right, here we go. What is the nationality of Picasso? What is the nationality of Picasso? Am I getting you guys tonight? Is that what it is? All right. Blackouts. California definitely be having blackouts this summer, statewide. They do not have enough power on the grid to cover the usage, and they are warning elderly that they might pre-plan of where to go if they lose their power with no electric or being able to feed themselves. The big thing is now they're calling for it for state, basically coast to coast. Part of central the U.S. might have to impose blackouts on the hottest days. Extreme weather, they say this could happen to just about every city across America. They said many coal and nuclear plants have been shut down during the first year, and that is causing forced outages. The Midwest generating capacity is also planned for maintenance and possibly low wind conditions. With no wind conditions, it won't turn the wind generators. So they're going to go basically on solar. And they say, but this is going to be a shortfall, and it's not reliable. And this is what their concern is in the north and central regions covering area. And they said the MISO operates power grid for 42 million people throughout 15 central U.S. states. And it covers regions Minnesota to Louisiana. And the warnings of blackouts and power outages is going to be big. So even the northern states are going to be affected. They say it's a very sobering report that they received, and that if you could turn your heater in the winter down a little bit, a couple notches, and also in the summer put they said I think it was 78 or 79, and they said try, and if it's comfortable, then put it up another degree. They said try to get closer to 80 and use fans. So it's going to be a tough summer. It's going to be a tough summer. All right. So let's see. Oh, what is the nationality of Picasso? We have Spanish, Greek, and Italian. So we'll see what the answer is. Answer is Spanish. The answer is Spanish. Which painter reputedly cut off his own ear? Which painter cut off his own ear? One of them famous ones. I guess you would have to know famous painters for this one. All right. The school district is receiving training on how to conceal gender identity from parents. Oh boy. Of special needs children. So kids with special needs, they're hiding it, that they're going to do gender teaching with these kids. This is pretty low. It's various Southern California districts that are infusing progressive ideologically, oh boy, on race, gender, identity, sexuality into their K through 12 classrooms. Turns out the law firm that got a hold of it said they were getting they got a video of the teachers doing this, and so it was Friedman and Full Frost, and so now basically the teachers want not their names to be released, and it was a webinar, and it did not even focus on average students. It also included a section on students with special needs, which brings up a whole other set of issues. Special education in California, they must suffer from disabilities such as autism, Down syndrome, deaf, blindness, emotional disturbance, and maladies. So this is concerned, this law firm, and so they said they're going to see if they could take this to the courts, and not even or the district attorney's office, because this is wrong. Now, normal kids is wrong. This is really wrong. This is pretty low. I'm chattering again. Huh. Okay, so we got Van Gogh. Well, I'm going to have to get my computer guy over to fix it, because I looked today and I couldn't figure out what it was. We're wondering if it's my monitor. So, all right. All right, you ladies are all evened up now. Okay, who is this singer? Who is this singer? It's a very young picture of him. Remember, Karen, I was telling you at the beginning of the show that I had a singer that I might stump you with. Do you know who this is? Out there, put it down in the comments, even on YouTube, if you know who this guy is. He's an old one. It's an old one. Now, North Korea, under sanctions for developing nuclear weapons, and takes helm of the UN disarmament. Remember we told you last night that he is the head of the UN's disarmament committee. And so now they found out that he has broke many laws firing a lot of those missiles. And let's see. I'm trying to find what sanctions they gave him. I thought I had it marked in here. Yes, not. Anyway, so he has taken over the rotating presidency of the UN's Conference on Disarmament. And so before he got too far, they hit him up with sanctions because of what he's doing of firing the missiles. So he's basically he's trying, even when he gotten in trouble over this, he said it's all for peace and security, and he expressed willingness to work with members, adding that uh, Western countries know do this all the time, and he feels kind of like a setup, and they're trying to say he's paranoid, but he said now he has sanctions on him, and he's blaming it on the United States. At least he didn't blame it on Trump. A lot of them blame everything for Trump. So, um, anybody know who this is? Okay, here we go. And the answer is Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim, yep. Karen got it. Um, California is their homeless rate is skyrocketing, especially in LA. And so they created a new office, um, chief heat officer, um, and he's supposed to be watching what's going on with the homeless. And the new office and the appointment of Marta Segura into the position. And experts say it's needed to predicting that in the middle of the century, LA experiences 5 times more heat waves in a year. And FEMA has also identified the county of the nation's most vulnerable county, the heat waves in the double digits. And apparently, uh, so now they have to look at what they're going to do with all of those that are stuck in the heat. And with skyrocketing crime waves, now they're even bullying the homeless. So, um, and I've heard about this. The gangs will go through and they don't want nothing from them. They just knock their stuff down and kick them and go on their merry way. So this chief heat officer is trying to figure out a way to get the homeless uh, off of the streets and maybe to cooling centers. Um, they have done it in the past. They said it worked out really well. And they even say this could help a lot of cities across the United States when they lose power or brownouts this summer. But they said the concern was that the homeless is doubled. And they said most of them are those that have come over the border. So, boy, that's not good. Yeah, I say send them to Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. But they got enough up there. San Francisco's horrible. All right. What toy was banned in Indonesia for stimulating passion? Was it Twister, Mystery Date, or the hula hoop? Which toy was banned in Indonesia for stimulating passion? Boy, that's a good one. Yeah, it's going to get bad. I don't even think they're even talked on doing state cooling centers. Um, so if you're close to a big city, start calling the mayors on this and get them going because When that heat hits, I don't know. I think it's going to be bad for a lot of people. What about babies? Not only doing without formula, but the heat wave. Um, this is really going to be uh, a really wake up call for Democrats this summer. I'm talking the voters, because when they start seeing this and realize what they voted for wasn't what they voted for. So, um, did we lose Lenora? All right, let's get the answer to this. I know you guys are dying to find out what this is. So, and the answer is the hula hoop. Answer is the hula hoop. On to the next one. A dog sweats through which part of its body? A dog sweats through which part of his body? The original Gerber baby. She passed away today at 95 years old. You know, she still kind of looks like that Gerber baby with her picture. Um, and congressmen are now coming forward because they're going over the border, and because there was rumors of baby formula in Mexico. Well, when they started going through and looking to see what was going on, uh, even border patrol and illegal or the migrants, they're packed with baby formula. They got plenty. The illegals gets it, but we don't get it. We don't get none of it. So yeah, that's. And then a court orders a California sheriff to stop helping feds enforce immigration laws, and they're going after ICE again. Um, I thought they were done going after ICE, but they want ICE out. Um, this is San Francisco Bay Area, of course, announced it no longer help federal authorities track down migrants who are in the country illegally by refusing to provide information and the identity of individuals through vehicle registration or even IDs. So, Sheriff Robert Dole's office, basically, he said since 2014, they almost had this passed, but now they can scan every vehicle within range and can record thousands of license plates each day, and so they were no longer basically. Um, to enforce immigration laws if they're found to be illegals. So yeah, that's in San Francisco. Did the Democrat? Yes, Democrats went. There was a bunch of them that it's been down there. Um, I think it was Fox News that broke the story here a while back, and then of course some of the Democrats made a. There's like three of them that went down there and looked, and they were appalled of what's going on. It not only at the border, but the fact that they were giving illegals the baby formula. So, oh boy. All right. Anyway, uh, Beth, you're getting behind on this. All right. But no, I don't think they shouldn't be getting no baby formula. They should be going back over the border and getting it in Mexico. And the answer is their paws. Okay. What color is the tongue of a giraffe? What color is the tongue of a giraffe? Oh boy. Just when you thought pork was safe, they're going to mess with the bacon. Chinese scientists claim to have produced robot cloned pigs. Researchers at the China Nankai University claimed this week that they successfully cloned pigs through an entirely automated process for the first time. Uh, and each step of cloning process was automated, so no human operation was involved. Uh, Removing humans from previous developed cloning system helped streamline the process and improve the clone success rate. Uh, they claimed the cloned pigs using robots in 2017 process was used at the time, and including human contributions. The human involvement of the scientists claimed um, they correlated with higher margin of error. And they claimed that now successfully they've eliminated the problems. So now they say that now they have the first uh, robot cloned pigs. Oh, pigs in space. Pigs in space. Remember that one? That was a Muppet show. Well, that's an old show, huh? All right, here we go. And the answer is purple. The answer is purple. I'm getting you guys tonight on some of these. Oh, oops, it jumped. I had a hiccup here. Nope, it didn't show it. Well, it was the mood ring. It was a picture of the mood ring. You guys remember that? It was the 70s fad. I think um, I think quite a few people still wear them. I think it's in fashion. The Now in the 70s mood ring, it was just real simple, and it was a big hit. Everybody wanted to own one. So I don't know why that did that. It shouldn't have hiccuped like that, huh? All right. Which animal can stand on its tail? Which animal can stand on its tail? Karen knows this one. All right. So, um, back in 1985, criminals will get firearms with or without gun control. And this gentleman spoke very harsh on this back in 85. Um, and let's see if I can get the whole quote here. Um, he he put in on a piece of legislation that allowed dealers to sell rifles, shotgun ammunition through the mail, and eventually the internet. Uh, so let's see. Let's see if I can get another quote out of this. Um, He believed in a balanced piece of legislation that protects the rights of private gun owners and will not be infringing on law enforcement's ability to deal with those who misuse or violate laws. And then he added, during my 12 and a half years as a member of this body, I have never believed that additional gun control or federal registration of guns would reduce crime. I am convinced that the criminal who wants a firearm can get one through illegal, non traceable, unregistered sources or with or without gun control. Um, and like I said, let's see, does it have a date? It was July 9th, 1985. And who said it? None other than Joe Biden. That was Joe Biden. That's what he said back in 1985. Now, isn't that boy? He changed his tone now. He's going with the media. All right, let's get the answer to this. Which animal can stand on its tail? So, isn't that something that here Joe Biden was all for not getting gun control? All right. This is an easy one. I think you guys will get this one. What is the name of the district in New York that is famous for hosting multiple touring musicals? You know, when I read this article, I thought, that's what they were doing back then. Well, Bernie Sanders is always, we're all going to die in 7 years. We're all going to die in 8. Um, we're all going to die in 12 years. Uh, I, um, I don't. I think it. When you when they did the defund the police, and when they because this is what I'll tell you what this gang member guy told me. He said um, they have always had the guns, so that wasn't nothing, um, but when BLM came in and they started the looting, and they could see they could get away with it, that's when the crime kind of went up. But then when they seen what this administration was about and lowered uh, um, the criminal penalties for what they get charged for, it's like I think they put it at like $1,200 or something like that. And what it does is they dropped all the charges for burglary, home invasion, uh, and if they shoot somebody, they can just pitch their gun. And he said, that's what they do. If they're caught up in a shooting or a drive by, they just throw the gun somewhere. And then of course they don't have no gun. And then even if they go through the jail system and get arrested, usually they're just put back out on the street within hours. They go back and they get the gun that they pitched. And he said that it's the fact that they lowered the standards, and that you could commit almost any crime in these major cities, especially sanctuary cities, and you don't get charged for it. So, of course, why not just go out and start shooting? And what was it? The crime went up 500% when the first 6 months that Biden was in office. Uh, yeah, isn't that kind of neat? Sherry, did the Queen make it to her party? They were saying she wasn't doing well. All right, so I think, let me, and good to see you again, Sherry. We've missed seeing you in here. All right, so what is the answer? Answer is Broadway. The answer is Broadway. All right, next. All right, name the game unit. This was they say, a 1980s fad. Um, and this came out, and what was it called? Name the game unit. I used to have tons of fun. Space Invaders. Man, yeah, those little thing, little that goes back and forth. I had played it so much one time. I went to bed and I was seeing them little aliens marching across the screen. Uh, ah, but I like the Queen. I like the royal history, and the Queen Mom, and the one before them. Now my favorite was do you remember? I think it might have been Henry VIII. I'm not sure. I don't think it was, but Queen Anne, and there's a movie, Anne of a Thousand Days. Uh, awesome movie. So, oh yikes! Wow. Well, boy, I don't want to have to translate that. I just got a whole chat full of of. It definitely wasn't. Uh, definitely wasn't a answer to the question, and it wasn't even in our language. I'm good at translating, but not that good. So, you seen the movie, Susan? Anne of a Thousand Days. Okay, so you guys ready for the answer? Let's see how many got it. Okay. They had all kinds of game on there. Was that no? That wasn't the one that had the little paddles that would you hit it back and forth on the screen. It wasn't that. And okay, the answer is Atari 2600. Wasn't it like Pong or something? I don't think this was that unit though. There was one before it. Okay. The ball's name is the same as the game you play. The balls, the name, it's knitted ball, and its name, the name of the ball is the same as the game that it's played. You got, and this was a 90s fad. So tonight was fad night. Yeah, you gotta give credit to the Queen though, and the royal family. All the scandals they're in, and they still got that air to them. And I liked it when Trump went over there, and he was going to have her walk in front, and she insisted him walk in front of her. So, um, all right, Susan, do you got a answer for this one? No, croquet was the one that you put those wires in the backyard that either the lawnmower got them or you got tripped over them, and you put the little hoops in the ground all over, and you got the mallet. I love that game. So I would love to get it, but that game's hazardous as well as those. They recalled them darts. Remember the darts you could throw into the hoops? They replaced it with the cornhole game, I think is what they did. All right, let's find out the answer to this. Answer is hacky sack. Hacky sack. I think that's it. That is it. Let me see if I got any more news. Um, okay, one more. The cheese company. Oh, come on up. Kansas City-based cheese company issues voluntary recall after potential listeria contamination. Uh, let's see. Um, let's see. The following products: Cotton River cheddar, um, Demere Brie double cream French Brie, Milton Prairie Breeze white cheddar style, Milton tomato garlic cheddar. Ooh, that sounds good. Paris Brothers mild cheddar, Paris Brothers Colby Jack, Paris Brothers pepper jack, and Cervasi. Let's see, Porcornio Romano. Um, and they said it's been going to, let's see, distributed in Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Oklahoma, Nebraska, South Dakota, Mississippi, and Florida. So um, check into this on the recall if you live in those areas. So, all right. Let's see. Okay, we had Lenora. She got three, but then she disappeared. Sherry had three, and Karen and Susan tied with eight. So, way to go, Karen and Sherry tonight. Unless somebody watches the show and puts it off in the comments over in Facebook or on YouTube. I'll give you guys about 24 hours. So, if you want to play, go ahead and put it down in the comments, and we'll see if you get any of these right. Um, even I haven't either, and I live in Arkansas. I've never seen that brand at all. So, but you guys are safe over there in Pennsylvania, hopefully. So, let's see. Okay, there you go. Way to go, Susan and Karen. So let me get rid of this. And that was it. That is it for the show. Way to go, Karen and Susan. Uh, uh, Karen, you better start sharpening that sword if they're going to take guns away. You might need to learn how to whip it out really quick. Because, boy, um, this thing with the guns. And, I don't think they understand there's bigger bullets than 9 millimeters. Uh, there's ones that, well, 9 millimeter would be about that big. And they got some that are about almost that big. I don't, hopefully they don't look into it and find out there's bigger bullets because they'll probably get them too. I did like Ted Cruz. He had like a 30-minute, um, he was on the floor and was talking about it. And then did you see the guy that was doing his at home and he pulled out a gun and Congressman Lee out of Texas said, "Is that loaded?" And was getting upset. He had a loaded gun, but he was at his own house, so I guess it's got to be locked up. Or she was, I don't know. It was weird because they were he wasn't even there on the floor with the gun. He was at home. So uh, yeah, we miss William and Nick tonight, and everyone else. And I did make a video this morning. Um, Everything happens for a reason. And that is a poem that I found probably about 20 years ago. And it's definitely kept me on my toes. And so if you haven't seen it and you're watching tonight, check out the page on uh, Facebook. And if not, yeah, I posted it both on Investigators News 2 and Investigator News Network. So we will be back on track Monday. So Monday night, we'll be having Legends of Myths and Monsters. It'll be back and we're doing mermaids. And Tuesday, we'll be back on news. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. And William Moy says, fill the churches. Um, we need our faith and Christianity. They're claiming the Democrats are claiming that the Christians are very radical and we're the ones causing all the problems. Huh. They haven't seen nothing yet. So, they raised the gas prices or food cost too much further. I think we're really going to be looking at some uprisings. So, all right, folks, I will see you guys um, Monday night, unless there is something that happens that I need to be jumping back on for a special report. So with that, you guys have definitely a wonderful weekend and get out there and plant a garden. We need to start thinking about prepping. So have a wonderful night and go watch Anne of 1,000 Days. And if you're a guy, man, a really good fishing tournament was on earlier today. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.